Jeff and Adriana first met on what seemed like a simple night. A birthday celebration at a bar in the West Village. For a mutual friend that they both didn't know they shared. It is, of course, worth noting that this could have been any other night. At any other bar of the 25,000 bars in New York City. But of all the bars in all the world, they both had to walk into that one. And there was the fateful moment that came next. The decision to select a worthy beer pong partner. Jeff spotted Adriana immediately and decided to ask her to be on his team. As I'm sure it had nothing to do with her looks, but rather the assumption that she was quite good at beer pong. He approached her. When he asked her if she wanted to play, she replied bluntly, "If you want to win, I'm not your girl." This simple moment stops me in my tracks. Jeff, look at how much more you've won by being willing to accept what could be a temporary defeat. Jeff chose to play the long game with this girl, and thus they decided to play beer pong together. After he admittedly carried the team, taking every cup, it was finally Adriana who, out of nowhere, scored the game-winning shot. During the moment of celebration that followed, Adriana, you remember you both screaming together, and Jeff giving you a huge bear hug. And Jeff, you recall in that seemingly simple moment, you knew then and there that she was something special. You've remarked that the chemistry, even that first night, was effortless. When the two of you parted ways, Adriana gave you her number. She got into a cab and asked her friends, "Didn't you think that guy was cute?" She went home that night thinking of you and smiling, and wondering if you'd ever call. Fortunately, she didn't have to wonder for very long. Within about a week, you had made plans together. Dinner at Charlie Bird, a hip restaurant in the West Village. Adriana still considers this her first real date. She was nervous and had asked friends at work what to do and how to order after looking at the very impressive menu. That night, the conversation and wine flowed freely. It was clear that there was a spark between you two. And you both realized later that sharing lives sometimes starts with just sharing a few small plates. After dinner, our couple shared their first kiss under a street light in the city. It wasn't until much later that Adriana was able to appreciate just how impressive that first date was. Jeff was in school at the time, and he admitted to her that he ate peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for 2 weeks in order to afford that date. These, to you, Jeff, were small sacrifices. The chance at perhaps not winning at a beer pong game, or subpar lunches for a few weeks, in exchange for a chance at something more with this girl. As you two began to spend more time together, Adriana became worried that you hadn't really experienced New York. Considering you met her so soon after you moved here. Being as selfless as she is, Adriana didn't want to hold you back. This idea, when she mentioned it, caught you by surprise. There was nothing in your mind that the city could offer that was better than any moment with Adriana. Adriana, it's the simple things that you do every day that give Jeff the assurance and make him feel like the luckiest man in the world, even from the very beginning. The way you can both listen and laugh with your whole heart. The generous way you share and show your love. The way you make him feel like the only person in the room. When asked how he knew it was love, Jeff said, "Looking back, I can't remember not being in love with Adriana. She makes me feel like I want to be a better man. I realized early on that every decision I made about my future, I wanted to consider with her." When asked how she knew it was love, Adriana replied, "I had never met anyone like him." This sweet Midwestern boy. She remarked that you were somehow both sincere and funny. Throughout the years, you both have shown how much you love celebrating and experiencing life's joys together, but also how to be there when each other is hurt. Partnership truly through sickness and in health. There was a time recently that Adriana, you reflected that Jeff trusted you with his grief and allowed you to carry him through one of the toughest times in his life. And Jeff, there was a teddy bear and flowers and a clever card that you sent early in your relationship while Adriana was healing that she's never forgotten. Jeff, it's this constant reassurance and your own lack of hesitation that Adriana has recognized has changed her opinion about love. At every point in our relationship, he's made me feel more beautiful than ever, no matter what. It's this type of steady support, Adriana and Jeff, that not only make you good partners, but will also make you good parents. You're a team. Starting a family together is something that you both are looking forward to. The big steps that you are making together today will likely lead to little baby steps in the future. We wonder, of course, just how coincidental the small decisions that we make in our lives really are. Or if they're actually stepping stones that lead us down a path toward pivotal moments that will change our lives forever. A bar in the West Village, a dinner date, a first trip to the Jersey Shore, a decision to move in together, an icy hike in the Poconos. Well, what happens after you say "I do" today will be the greatest adventure you embark on together. The two of you also have a love of traveling and exploring the world with each other. When traveling together, Adriana and Jeff appreciate strolling through cities, exploring food and wine, and learning about each other just as much as their destination. There have been trips to London, to Italy, Colombia, and Costa Rica. There's a trip to the Cayman Islands that was marked by an epic search for hair and beauty products. And a surprise birthday getaway that started with a rather ecstatic public announcement from Jeff for Adriana to pack her bags, shouting, "We're going to Aruba!" And finally, a trip to the Poconos, and a rather treacherous hike where we found a man on one knee with a ring and a very important question. Jeff had everything planned out for the engagement. He set up his iPhone on a tripod to take a family photo and secretly record the whole thing. But when he got down on one knee, Adriana was confused about what was happening and also squatted down beside him. She did eventually realize what was going on when she saw the ring. And I don't want to ruin it for you guys, but I'm pretty sure she said yes. Maybe the best part about this proposal was the moments that came after. Once you transported young Pablo to safety that night, you were able to just spend time together. A private celebration. Having drinks at the hotel bar and talking about what would be the rest of your lives together. And that, of course, is what leads us to this pivotal moment now. We wonder how it is possible to commemorate a lifetime of love forever in just a moment. Do we have within us the confidence, the willpower, the foresight to say with certainty, I do, I will, I am, and I promise. We are able to do this because we are made from love. We hold within us the love of so many generations before us who met, who fell in love, and who promised love. This sturdy foundation is the bedrock of who we are and who we promise to be. It was formed naturally over the years into something beautiful. Adriana, your foundation was first formed by your mother's parents, your nano and nana. The way they always welcomed you and your cousins with open arms, a big plate of pasta, and a genuine affection has stood out in your memory as the example of a warm and nurturing family. It was the same warmth that drew your father into the family initially. Working as their lawyer, your nana would always have a cup of coffee and a warm plate of food for him if he spent late nights working. It's been said that one night he fell asleep on the couch at their house, and your grandmother told everyone to just let him sleep. The joke is that after that, he never left. There is, of course, more to that story. You met your mom, and they began an endearing courtship. One that made your dad appreciate being accepted into the family first as their lawyer, and then as their son-in-law. The foundation has been fortified by witnessing your parents' relationship, a bond that has carried them through 40 years of marriage. The balance that they found together has shown you that with patience, kindness, and commitment, a lifetime of love can flourish. Adriana, your foundation has been further formed by your mom's nurturing and selfless love. You've described her as an actual angel, and truly the most thoughtful person you know. You've noted that she'd drop anything for anyone, often throwing together a 5-course meal at a moment's notice to welcome your friends to the house. She's also driven to meet you at college at 2 in the morning when you just needed a shoulder to cry on. She flew to Jeff's grandmother's funeral in Michigan, although she had not yet met the family, but knew that she could bring some much-needed love to a family that was hurting. She never hesitates to give love to people, and that example has made you into the woman you are today, about to promise your heart to the man standing in front of you. Adriana, your foundation has been fortified by your father's steadfast love and support. Throughout your life, he has always encouraged you to follow your dreams. You've described him as both your protector and also your biggest fan. His boundless empathy has shown you the love of a true parent. You shared that when you're sick or crying, all he wants to do is take that pain from you. But the opposite is also true. When you're rejoicing, he wants to share in every part of that joy. You said that he would give you his entire heart. And of course, he has, in so many ways over the years. Adriana, he could not be more proud to see the woman you've grown up to be. Jeff, your foundation was first formed by your grandparents. Their 52-year marriage lasted until your grandmother Rose passed away a few years ago. You felt in some ways that Rose was the glue that kept your family together. And that legacy lives on even after her passing. You've always kept her close to your heart, and her presence is felt here today. Her husband, your papa, showed you what it was to take care of a home and make sure that your wife feels supported. Your grandpapa could not be more proud of the man you are. Your dad's parents, Dottie and Dwayne, offered you a refuge up north every summer. At their lake house, you'd spend all day outside fishing, boating, and exploring. They helped you develop your adventurous spirit. To be a person that isn't afraid to go on hikes, perhaps in freezing cold weather, if you have a goal in mind. And Jeff, your foundation was further strengthened by witnessing the love and support that each of your parents have shown you. You said that your dad has always been your number one supporter. You both share an ambitious nature, and he's encouraged you in your personal growth and professional career. You said that you did everything together as you were growing up, from football to baseball to sharing a love for music. And as you got older, he helped encourage you to chase your dreams with intention. His guidance and encouragement have made you into the man you are today. He is prepared to share that same support to Adriana. Jeff, you've described yourself as a mama's boy.
Understatement.
As you were growing up. And that bond is something that you will always share. Your mom made sure to fill your home with joy and love. Always letting you have friends over to the house as she recognized the importance of strong friends and family bonds. She's been your rock your whole life. Her pure, selfless love helps show you how to have an open, accepting heart. One that is ready to make a promise forever. Understanding Adriana and Jeff's pure and distinct foundations of love, we see how their histories have met and bound into the creation of a new chapter together. So now, feeling the support beneath us, within us, and the future of these two before you, I ask you, present witnesses, do you give support for this union?
Hell yeah! Hell yes!
I think that was enough. Adriana and Jeff, look out and feel all the love that surrounds you now. This moment, and within this historic landscape where we find ourselves. Never forget this moment. When I asked each of you to describe your partner in 3 words, this seemed to be an impossible task for you both. Jeff, you chose the words passionate, loyal, authentic, beautiful, and loving of Adriana. And reminded me that you could write an entire novel. Adriana, you chose the words supportive, loving, genuine, amazing, and funny to describe Jeff. And I want to elaborate a bit on this last one because she told me, I mean, he's like funny. Adding, even when I'm down, Jeff is the first person to dance in front of me and be like, come on, babe, we're going out, we're going to have the best time. What is apparent from the words that you have both chosen is the deep admiration you have for each other. There's a magic that happens between the two of you that those around can't help but feel. You can call it love, but there is also a deep sense of admiration, and that is something so unique and covetable. Adriana and Jeff, in just a few moments, you will go from being a couple to husband and wife, till death do you part. As you go forth on this adventure together, may you recognize always that the world was made for lovers to explore hand in hand, marveling at its beauty. You are both brought together from different cultures and places, and from this moment on, your eyes and hearts will seek the beauty of the world and to find beauty within each other. May you both recognize that the people you are today, standing in front of each other and promising a lifetime of love together, will be the same people you are as you grow old together. But the intentional bonds you create will become with age unbreakable. Jeff, please repeat after me. I take you, Adriana,
Take you, Adriana,
to have and to hold,
to have and to hold,
from this day forward,
from this day forward,
for better, for worse,
for better, for worse,
for richer, for poorer,
for richer, for poorer,
in sickness and in health,
in sickness and in health,
to love and cherish,
to love and cherish,
till death do us part.
till death do us part.
Adriana, please repeat after me. I take you, Jeff,
I take you, Jeff,
to have and to hold,
to have and to hold,
from this day forward,
from this day forward,
for better, for worse,
for better or for worse,
for richer, for poorer,
for richer, for poorer,
in sickness and in health,
in sickness and in health,
to love and cherish,
to love and cherish,
till death do us part.
till death do us part.
Jeff, do you take Adriana to be your wife?
I do.
Adriana, do you take Jeff to be your husband?
I do.
And now Jeff's sister Kaylee will read an excerpt from Every Day by David Levithan.
What love does. It makes you want to rewrite the world. It makes you want to choose the characters who fill the screen. The person you love sits across from you. They want to do everything in their power to make it possible. At least impossible. And when it's just the two of you alone, you're not. Pretend that this is how it is. This is how it is.
Thank you. This is the point in
Nailed
the
it.
ceremonies where we usually talk about the wedding bands being a perfect circle, with no beginning and no end. The perfect representation of love. But we all know that these rings do have a beginning. Ore is laboriously dug up from the earth. Metal is liquefied in a furnace at 1,000 degrees, then shaped, cooled, and shaped some more, and finally painstakingly polished. Something beautiful is made from raw elements. Love is like that. It's intense and challenging work. It comes from humble beginnings, made by imperfect beings. And it's the process of making something beautiful, complete, and whole where there was once nothing at all. And now for the rings.
Killed it.
Jeff, please place the ring in Adriana's finger and you can repeat after me. I, Jeff,
I, Jeff,
give to you, Adriana,
give to you, Adriana,
this ring as a symbol
this ring as a symbol
to love of my commitment
of my commitment
to love, honor, and respect you.
to love, honor, and respect.
Adriana, please put the ring on Jeff's finger and repeat after me. I, Adriana,
I, Adriana,
give to you, Jeff,
give to you, Jeff,
this ring as a symbol
this ring as a symbol
of my commitment
of my commitment
to love, honor, and respect you.
to love, honor, and respect you.
Jeff and Adriana, having been present here to witness your vows of marriage, and with all who are assembled here in support of you, by the authority vested in me by the state of Rhode Island, it is with great joy that I pronounce you husband and wife.